Hello, my friends, and welcome into LifePath Guidance. I'm Darlene. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming back if you're coming back. And if you're brand new, welcome. If you enjoyed the video, please, I would really appreciate a thumbs up and a subscribe. Please keep in mind that the reading I'll be doing for each sign will be a general reading, so it may not resonate with everybody. So I encourage you to check out your moon, your rising sign, and your Venus sign, and how to do that is down below with the timestamps in the description box. Alrighty, so thank you so much for all of your support. It's been really fun so far this year, and I'd love to keep going next year, so please continue tuning in. I really appreciate it. So let's take a look what we have going on for each sign. I'll take a look, at your overall energy, what's going on around you, and then we'll pull a card for each day and finish with a message from our sacred traveler as just a little bit more wisdom for us from the universe. So I will start with Capricorn because it is beautiful Capricorn season. Hello, my beautiful Capricorns. How are you doing? If it's your birthday this week, happy birthday to you. I hope you have a great week. Let's take a look what we have going on for you. We have got the Chariot card, the Knight of Cups, the Empress, and the Queen of Swords. Underlying energy is this High Priestess. Okay, and interestingly enough, this King of Cups came up in the reverse. So there's a lot of strong energy here. There's Virgo energy, there's Libra energy, there is Pisces energy, and there's Cancer energy. So there may be a lot of people around you. It looks like there's a lot of people around you, or more than you're used to this week, Capricorn. And you find yourself, really somewhat contemplative about, it's the end of the year's coming to a close. You know how we sort of go through that, we do that review of kind of where we're at. We sort of go into those little slumps every once in a while, and then we're out of them. But you've got that High Priestess energy. Really kind of looking at what the truth is in things and digging and searching for answers. The High Priestess says to you, I'm not going to give you the answers, but I want you to know that you have everything within you to find out the answers. So you might find yourself really wondering what you're taking forward into the new year, what you can let go of, what you don't really need around you. And there may be a Pisces around you, and the situation with the Pisces, it may not be one of that extension of love like it was at one time. And that may be on your mind, Capricorn. It doesn't have to be a Pisces person, just there's Pisces energy there. But you're being asked to really deal with that. So maybe what you need to deal with is, the energies, meaning people that you take with you into this next year. You're very much at that point where you want to know what, you want to manifest, create, dream about the things that you want to do coming up. And you may be very reflective about that. And the universe is saying to you, with this Queen of Swords, really stand in your truth. If something does not feel right for you, change it. If you're not happy with something in your life, change it. You need to do what is right for you. You need to be able to speak your truth, say your truth, and stand in your truth. Okay, on Monday, you may find, the more you're looking with this Seven of Swords, where are areas in this past year where I felt like, I was not treated fairly in this situation. That situation sucked. The way this person treated me. Like, it's just sort of reviewing, underneath, you've got it underneath that Chariot, that card of movement and faith and, what are you taking with you? Thinking about this And under the Knight of Cups for Tuesday, you've got the Four of Cups. You know, there may have been times when you really weren't practicing discernment to the level that you normally do. Maybe letting people's behavior slide. And you're realizing that, that's not true to me. That doesn't feel right for me. To allow somebody else to treat me in a certain way, that's something I don't want to deal with. On Wednesday, you've got the Nine of Swords. You know, perhaps really being up in your head, thinking about it and thinking about making some decisions in regards to what you really, really want in your life and what you don't want. And of course, that gives anybody, you know, pause for thoughts, a little bit of anxiety maybe. Like, change is never easy. Change may be good. Some people can embrace change, you know, but change isn't always easy, and knowing that it has to be done, it may give you a little bit of anxiety. For Thursday, though, you've got this beautiful King of Wands energy. And right underneath that Queen of Swords, really reviewing what you've thought about and knowing that if you stand in your truth, it gives way to you going forward with so much enthusiasm and vigor. It's almost like you're okay. Now that I know exactly what I want. So the whole week, it feels like, and this is just a situation within you. And that's what I want to focus on is you, Capricorn. Not, you know, so much even a person you loved or a relationship you're in. It's you, what's going on inside you. And it really feels like you really want to review things, really know what your truth is and stand in your truth. And you know, when you stand in your truth, it will allow you to just soar. So really think about what changes, if any, you want to make, particularly, you know, around the situation of ones that you do let close to you in. All right, let's see what we've got for you from the Sacred Traveler. Let's see here. What have we got for Capricorn? What have we got for Capricorn? What am I doing picking up all the other cards there? There we go. Okay, let's try this. Well, there we go. That one wanted to come. Solitude. In silence, peace prevails. You know, and this card talks about really going within and thinking about what is it exactly that I want. And just taking the year in review. But look at Thursday, just full of vigor. And again, that Leo's popping up around you, Capricorn, or someone with very much has Leo-like bigger than life energy around you. Alrighty, have a wonderful, wonderful week. See you next time in Love, Light, and Divine Truth. Hello, Aquarius, and welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'll take a look at you this week, your energy. Not even necessarily so much to do with relationships and other people. If it pops up, it does. But just the energy of you and what you can look forward to this week. Okay, what have we got for Aquarius? What have we got for Aquarius? December 27th. Oops, excuse me one sec. 27th to 30th. Well, that's a nice way to start. The Six of Wands. What else have we got for Aquarius? Feeling good. That's a nice start. The Six of Wands, the Devil, the Five of Wands, and the Eight of Cups. Underlying energy is this Hierophant. Okay, looking at the big picture. Looking at, you know, everything going on in your life. A look at, you know, what your foundation is all about. You've got this Six of Wands, you know, standing in that Six of Wands, really feeling good about, this past year. Feeling good about some steps you've taken in new directions, the work that you've put in. And, finally being to that place where there's some recognition for all of the work that you've done. And that's whether it's, that work inside, the lessons we learn, that spiritual work, emotional work, or whether it is just growth in career or emotional growth, any kind of, whatever your situation is, it's looking at it, realizing, the work you've put in, the steps you've taken to get where you're at. You're really being asked to embrace this devil. Okay, now we've got the Hierophant and we've got the devil. When this Hierophant comes up, he's saying to you, you know what? The biggest thing for you is knowing where you belong, where you fit, and really being honest with yourself. What holds you back? Asking yourself, if I could do anything, I would do it, but I don't because of, and then fill in the blank. Whatever that is, you're really being asked to look at that, look at it for what it really is. Not so much be in a position with this Five of Wands where you feel like you have to defend your beliefs or who you are as a core person, but really look at, what makes you tick? What are your boundaries? What holds you back? What can you let go of? Are there toxic people around you? Are there toxic situations around you that you should maybe really think about rather than, letting it upset you or get involved with it? Can you move away from it? Because your outcome is this Eight of Cups, letting go. And it can physically be moving away, but it's also looking at all of those things that we've learned. And if you focus on this last year and the people that have been around you and the things that you've gone through, and it's been hard, in such a weirdly isolated world, just integrating everything. But you're really being asked to look at all those emotional lessons you learned and walk away from whatever is holding you back. On Monday, the energy is this Two of Wands, really making that decision about, in regards to all the good that you've done this year for yourself and the growth that you've had. What's the final last thing that you have to do? And the Eight of Wands, underneath that devil, is really encouraging you to move forward. There's two cards of movement here, both eights. And eights talk about, our core, our strength, what we're all about. And this Eight of Wands is saying to you, if it's been rough in a couple of areas in your life or in one area of particular, it's time now to really see what you can do to let that go, and let there be peace. On Wednesday, you've got the King of Swords. There you are, Aquarius, in all your glory, and really owning everything that you've done and all the good that you've done, and taking some time to be appreciative of yourself and say thank you to the universe for the lessons, for the opportunities, for the people in your life. And on Thursday, look at that, the Ten of Pentacles. Just realizing how you can have everything you've always wanted, and seeing at this point in your life what you've got and what you've accomplished and how you can grow. So a lot about, lessons learned, yourself celebrated for your growth, walking away from old emotions that, were holding you back, and just being really proud and open and able to accept this beautiful Ten of Pentacles. Alrighty, and just in that beautiful energy of accomplishment. Go into this new year with that. No matter how big or small it is, steps forwards are always steps forward. And we have for you unknown territory. You are exactly where you need to be. Good for you. Exactly where you need to be to do exactly what you're here to do. Have a wonderful week, Aquarius, in love, light, and divine truth. Hello, my beautiful Pisces. Thank you for stopping by. Let's take a look what we have for you. What do we have for Pisces? Just what this week is about for you. The focus on your emotions, the situations around you, and how the week may roll out. What do we have for our beautiful, whoa. What do we have for our beautiful Pisces? What do we have? December 27th to the 31st. We've got the Judgment card, some Scorpio energy, the Page of Wands, the Page of Cups, the Eight of Cups, and underlying energy is the Three of Swords. Okay, standing in that Judgment energy, and really being, maybe a bit in that energy this week. I mean, you can't help but be sometimes. It's the last week of the year. And especially as you get older, you realize you have a tendency to reflect a little bit more, each year on the year that we've just come through. And you may find yourself in that energy of that judgment, in the sense that looking at, even in this last year, the changes you've made in your life, what you've done, where you've been, how you've grown. The underlying energy is this Three of Swords. There's some disappointment, if you're honest with yourself and you see, not that you wouldn't be, but you realize, in those moments when we talk to ourselves and really think about things, there's this underlying sadness and this underlying disappointment. But you're being encouraged with this Page of Wands to really speak about what you're passionate about. Maybe your passions have changed in the last little while. You thought you wanted something and it's not exactly what you want, because there is just a little bit of feeling of sadness, and you're being asked to not embrace this Page of Cups. So it's not about, reaching out to other people and extending your love to other people, Pisces. This is about you looking at, who has loved you this year? Who's been there for you? Is there somebody that you are close to that you maybe aren't as close to as you were one time, or don't feel exactly the same? There's just this underlying sadness here with this outcome of Eight of Cups. Perhaps it's a call for you to really look, particularly with the Judgment, to look at, what is the lesson? What are the lessons in this situation, or dealing with these people? I mean, at work, at home, with a loved one, whatever it is, whatever your situation is, you're really looking at how you feel about it and why there's disappointment, and what you have learned and what you can walk away from. And that doesn't mean walking away necessarily from a person. It can be, the deep passion you felt for somebody isn't as deep as it once was. You're not in that loving mode to a particular person, perhaps. Or it can be the things you thought you were really passionate about. You're not loving them as much as you thought you really did. So you've got maybe some mixed emotion this week, with this sadness underneath about, things are good, and it's not like you're complaining and it's all the rest. It's that, there's just some things in my life that I'm over. And I think it feels like, you're sort of catching up. Your emotions are catching up to you at the end of the year. Okay, you might be thinking about marriage with this Hierophant. Being in a marriage, ending a marriage, getting married. Like, just different things. It's just marriage comes up with this card. Not always, but that's what it feels like. Marriage or commitment. Commitment with somebody else. You know, playing by the rules, not playing by the rules. And maybe you haven't been playing by the rules, and now you're really thinking that, you know, maybe that's what this is about. Maybe, you know, it really feels like you're really thinking about your freedom and what freedom is, and can freedom be within something else. Tuesday, the King of Swords. You know, Aquarius energy. There may be an Aquarian around you, but someone that you can talk to and be honest about and really say your truth to, and about what you're really passionate about and what really lights you up. You know, and maybe you just need to have that conversation and get somebody else's point of view or feedback. And on Thursday, you've got the Star, realizing that, you know, there's hope around you, there's healing around you, and there's healing for being really straightforward with yourself about what is really important to you. And on Thursday, this Four of Cups, underneath this Eight of Cups, and with this Three of Swords, just this feeling of it feels almost like that, you know, when you get that feeling in the, even sometimes in the pit of your stomach, it's just a feeling of, I can't even think of the word. It's almost like you're just, you know, something isn't right. Okay, you know what it feels like? It feels like, don't settle, Pisces. Don't settle for anything than what you absolutely, completely, and totally want. All right, so an interesting week. A week in review, and not in a bad, heavy, it's not heavy energy. It's energy of, you know, I really need to look at what I'm most passionate about, what I'm not loving so much anymore, and just look at the black and the white of the situation, the real truth of what the situation is, and know what the path to healing is for you. You know, if there was opportunities that maybe came up and you passed on them because you wanted to stick with where you were, you know, this might be really reviewing what makes you happy. What do you want? What have we got for you from the Sacred Traveler? Crossing bridges, a nice card for the end of the year. It's a time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. All right, Pisces, healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. Have a great week in love, light, and divine truth. Hello, my beautiful Aries. Welcome to the last week of the year. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you're doing well. Let's take a look at you and your situation. Just what is going on inside of you this week? What is it, Aries? What do we have for you? What do we have for our beautiful Aries? See this beautiful ornament? A beautiful Aries made me this beautiful ornament. My friend Janice. I just love it. It's so pretty. Thank you, Janice. Alrighty, what do we have for Aries? What do we have for you, Aries? We have got the Five of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, the Two of Swords. Underlying energy is the Hierophant. Okay, everybody's reading so far has had the Eight of Cups and the Hierophant pretty much. So there's a real common theme this week in it, you know, and I think it's just that energy of the year closing, and you naturally sometimes go to that place where you do a little bit of review. And you may be just really taking some time this week, not all day, every day, but off and on, where you're really looking at, you know, life, just life in general, where you're at, what you did this year, what you hope to do, what lessons you've learned, you know, the people that you've connected with. And this Hierophant is you facing whatever your truth is, accepting what it is, being really connected and grateful, and just finding what feels right for you. You're being asked to embrace this Five of Wands. And that, how it feels here is that, that old eternal battle, that inside where we just always sort of not even test ourselves so much. It's more the pressure you put on yourselves with the preconceived notions you may have about, what you should do, things you should have done, how you should have handled something. And being asked to embrace this, it feels like you're being asked, Aries, to, if you beat yourself up and you're in your head going, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that, blah, 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 you're really being encouraged to let go of that kind of talk. You don't need to talk like that. Instead, look at the real situation that is around you. Aries, you're a strong, positive, optimistic sign. You're action takers, you're go-getters. You're not ones to sit in a slump and you're not that. Okay, with this Six of Pentacles, it's really saying to you, you are such a great example of love, of giving and receiving. Okay, and really being encouraged to really be open to just let you out. Speak your truth, share your truth, share your love, share your time, and just take this next week to really feel it come back to you. Feel the love that comes back to you and the connection that you have with people around you. You're being asked not to embrace this Eight of Cups. Okay, this is a time where it's not so much, what lessons you've learned, the path that you've walked on, but you're really being asked, what behaviors do I have? And more to do with, your emotions. What do you say to yourself? How do you talk to yourself? What limits do you put on yourself? What have you learned in the last year that you shouldn't do, but you maybe kind of keep doing it a little bit? Okay, it almost feels like that kind of self-sabotage that's under there that we sometimes do. You're being asked to really, with this Two of Swords, commit and make a decision. Make a decision and commit to yourself that when you start to do an old behavior where you're not kind to yourself, you stop. Okay, and really make the decision to do that. So it's an interesting message, Aries, of you being kind to yourself and realizing your depth and your warmth and your love, and treating yourself as you treat other people. Okay? With the heart that you treat other people with, you need to treat you always with. For Monday, you've got the Death card, and that's really thinking about things. And that's that Scorpio energy. That energy, and it can be a little bit heavy, and it can be, really where you really take stock. But change is here. Transformation right under that Five of Wands. All of those thoughts, if there's chatter there, time to change, time to let them go. And with that Six of Pentacles, okay, you've got that beautiful Judgment card of celebrating success, celebrating who you are. And under that Six of Pentacles, the two of them together on Tuesday, celebrating who you are and really, really remaining open to receiving good, receiving love from yourself, not just others. And Wednesday with the Eight of Cups, you've got that Nine of Pentacles. Walking away from those things that you tell yourself and realizing just exactly how far you've come, male or female. This Nine of Pentacles is about successfully traveling that road we've walked down and realizing where you're at this time, what you do have to be grateful for, and how, yeah, there's been crappy times and there's been tough times, especially in the last couple of years. But underneath it all, Aries, it just feels like you really need to know everything that you've done and accomplished and really own it. And with that Two of Swords, there's that Fool card. Okay? Make the decision. Take a leap of faith for yourself. Okay? Be kind to yourself, Aries, is the message for you for this last week of December. Be kind for yourself. Celebrate, not for yourself, to yourself. Celebrate yourself. Let go of any negative self-talk. Okay? If that's something that you've been dealing with, no more beating yourself up. Okay? No more beating yourself up. Let's see what the Sacred Traveler has. And even if you don't feel like you do it, think about what you think about. Okay? Particularly if anything new comes up or, uncomfortable situations come up, where do you go? Alrighty, what have we got for you? Taking shelter. All of the answers are within. All of them. Ask and you'll receive. Okay? The Six of Pentacles is right there asking you to embrace it. All right, Aries, have a wonderful week. See you soon in love, light, and divine truth. Hello, my beautiful Taurus, and welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. Let's see what we've got going on for you for this last week of December. Our year in review week. Let's see how that energy is rolling out for you, my beautiful, beautiful Taurus. We have got the Knight of Wands, the Lovers, Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, and underlying energy, the Three of Swords. Okay. So you've got some Sagittarius energy, some Gemini energy, and you've got a couple of tens here. So there is some completion this week for you, particularly looking at the things that you think about. You're really being asked, Taurus, to stand in this Knight of Wands energy. And this Knight of Wands is about you opening up your heart. With this Ten of Swords underneath, it really feels like you're at that point, and it won't be all of you, but some of you may be at that point where, you're in a career or in a relationship, and even in friendships, but it feels more like a relationship, but it could have to do, if you're not seeing anybody or there's no one around you, it could have to do with whatever you're involved with. Okay? You have a lot of passion for a person or a situation, a lot of passion. But you also have a lot of fear. You have a lot of fear of really extending yourself and opening up completely, and really you want to go forward, you want to charge forward, but there's this underlying feeling of fear. This Three of Swords talks about heartbreak and disappointment, but it really feels more like fear of getting a broken heart. Not saying that your heart hasn't been broken in the past, but the fear of that happening again, because you're being asked to encouraged to really embrace this lover's energy, this energy of being committed and making a commitment. And there's this obstacle of not knowing if, or it's not even not knowing, it's really being scared to, feels like being scared to come together and commit either to a job, to a person, because there's been hurt in a similar situation in the past. Now, that can be just in a relationship, or it can be in a company that you're working for, and you know, if it feels more personal, it feels more like a relationship. It really feels like you want to go forward so badly. You want this partnership, you want to make this commitment, but there is fear. There's fear of betrayal. There's fear, whoa, that stuck right in my hair. There's fear of not being able to have it all in this situation. On Monday, you've got the Ace of Wands right under that Knight of Wands. You know, and that is you really looking at going after this, after what lights you up, what just, it gives you that burn, Taurus, what you want to do. You know what you want to do. In regards to the lovers, you know, taking that path with this Seven of Pentacles, it's saying to you, if you really take a step back at the situation you're in, if you're in a situation with another person that you're hesitant about, look at the steps you've taken. There's been really great steps that you've taken, and don't hold somebody accountable now for what somebody else did to you before. And you know, that feels like maybe that's sort of what you may be dealing with this week, are those kind of thoughts, you know, the back and forth, and really letting go of the fear. And there's that Six of Pentacles for Wednesday, right under the Ten of Pentacles. It talks about karma, about you opening your heart and being willing to receive. Not only, I mean, you're such a compassionate, empathetic, loyal, committed sign. And just wanting all of that back is not too much to ask for. So Taurus, this might be the week where you really open your heart and jump in with both feet. Because look at Thursday, there's that decision. You know, there's that path. I can go one of two ways. Look at what's happened in the past year, and let's say in regards to a relationship, look at the progress, look at the steps back, and look at how your reaction was, what your thoughts were. Did you hold back? If that's your situation, and it feels like for somebody it is, there is a situation of there is love, there is opportunity of a really strong, fiery, passionate relationship around you, but there is so much fear and disappointment. You're so scared of being disappointed, perhaps because you have been in the past, but you're really being encouraged about making a decision and going forward, because you've got this Seven of Pentacles. The work that you've put in, see the reward that you've already got, the little things that add up. All right, Taurus, let's see what we've got for you from the Sacred Traveler. What do we have for our beautiful Taurus? You know, and if it is a work situation, you know, maybe it's something that you've always really wanted to do, but you're afraid to do it. Because maybe it, you know, isn't as much money as you want, but you've got to go after what really makes you happy. Journey by Moonlight, Taurus, believe in magic, believe all these wonderful good things, like with this Six of Pentacles, believe they can happen for you. Believe you're worthy of it. Alrighty? Have a great week in love, light, and divine truth. Hello, beautiful Gemini. Welcome in, my friends. It is so nice of you to drop by and join me. Let's see what we have going on for you. The look at just your situation, where you are mentally, physically, spiritually. What may be going on in your life in this last week of the year? What have we got for Gemini? We've got the Seven of Swords, the Fool card, the Eight of Cups, and we've got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Underlying energy is this King of Pentacles. Okay, so there's some Taurus energy, Aries, Aquarius energy, possibly around you. You know, you're being asked to embrace this Seven of Swords. And when it comes up with the King of Pentacles, you know, this King of Pentacles is that solid, steady energy that gets things done, do things right, look after all the details, you know, look after all the finances, make sure everybody in the family's happy, lead by example. Like it can be a lot of pressure, this King of Pentacles, being in that energy of always being, you know, the one that looks after everything and gets things done. You might have felt even over the past year, you know, with this Seven of Swords, there's a lot of different connotations to this card, but it really feels like, okay, what are some things that I've done in the past year? You know, there might be some things that you don't really feel that happy about, situations that you maybe, you know, were dealing with. Maybe you didn't handle them exactly how you wanted to, or you don't feel good about, you know, just how some things have turned out in relationship to, or in relation to, you know, people that you've dealt with. Either conversations that you've had or situations you've been in them. But you're really being asked to embrace this Fool. You know, the end of the year comes and it's time to sort of wipe the slate clean. So if there's amends that you really feel like you should make, this might be a time to reach out and say, you know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if this blah, 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 whatever your situation is. Like, I'm sorry about how this situation went down. Or realize, you know, maybe you don't need to reach out, but you realize, you know, and take accountability for your behavior. And this is the energy of you going, okay, moving forward, this is how I'm going to proceed. You're not encouraged to deal with this Eight of Cups. It's not that you don't know the lessons that you've learned or that you've perhaps taught. You know, it's going, okay, I've done that. I don't need to do that anymore. I can leave that behind. I can leave that part behind. And then this Page of Pentacles is reversed. Like, you know, perhaps there were opportunities that came along that didn't go the distance like you thought they would. And it feels like there's more you should learn about situations that maybe didn't. Okay, it feels like things that maybe didn't work out for you over this past, and let's just go with year, because we really have a tendency to be in that year in review in the last week of the year. Things that didn't work out for you the way you wanted them to work out or how you thought they would work out. How did you deal with the situation? How would you have dealt with it differently now? Okay, there is this underlying energy of you wanting the loose ends tied up. But you're really being encouraged to look at things with fresh eyes. Look at things from fresh eyes. Take accountability for your role in situations that maybe didn't turn out in your favor or the way you wanted them to. And it's just sort of reviewing that and then coming to peace with how things are, paying gratitude for the lessons learned, the lessons taught. Okay, let's take a look at Monday. Under the Seven of Swords, you've got the Knight of Pentacles reversed. You know, this Knight of Pentacles is a very slow, steady energy that always makes it to the finish line. When it's in the reverse here under this Seven of Swords, it really feels like there's something you may have regret about that you couldn't take all the way to the end. Now, this can be in a relationship, it can be in a project at work, it can be, I mean, anything, whatever your situation is. But there may be some reflection and some regret. But with this Fool card, you've got the Hangman in reverse. And this Hangman is saying, you know, you've come to this point now where you don't need to hold back and think about things. Now it feels like you can actually reach out if there's someone you need to reach out to. It feels like you come to that place where you see the situation clearly and you're able to reach out. Hierophant in reverse under the Eight of Cups. You know, it may have been a situation where you thought you were with people that you had a lot with, you vibed with, but it didn't turn out that way. You didn't really see, it feels more like you didn't see the truth of the situation in the group of people you were involved with, but you've come to see and understand the situation. And then you've got the Ten of Swords reversed. Okay? Realizing that what's done is done. It's behind you. You perhaps had conversations that you regret. You don't regret what you've said because you say things that are important to you at the time, but maybe the delivery came across to somebody else a little harsh. So just food for thought, Gemini. You know, in this last week of review, just thinking about, you know, different situations you've been in the last year. If there's anything outstanding that you want to resolve, you're really being encouraged to resolve it and take action. Take action, resolve it, set everything right, and have yourself, you know, a wonderful start for a new year. Let's see what we have from the Sacred Traveler. What do we have for our beautiful Gemini? What do we have for you, Gemini? We have got Ascending the Mountain. Keep going forward. Review, learn, reflect, digest, do what you need to do, and keep moving forward. Always being grateful. Okay? You're a wonderful teacher, Gemini. Okay? You're a great communicator. So communicate with who you need to this week. All right? Have a good one in love, light, and divine truth. Hello, my beautiful Cancer. Welcome in. Well, that flew out right away. Got that Virgo energy of the Hermit. You know, it is that kind of week. That last week of the year, you know, everybody, well, so far, everybody seems to have, you know, be in a little bit of a reflective mood, thinking about, you know, the past year. You know how you do that sort of review at the end of the year and look at what's gone on in your life. What else have we got? Oh, we have got the Fool, the King of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles in reverse, and underlying energy is this beautiful Magician. Okay, that Magician it just feels like a wonderful validation for you that, you know, the things that you've thought about, the things that you've wanted, the things that you've wanted to build in your life, the job you wanted to go after, the relationship you wanted. It feels like there's this energy of creation around you, and you're really being encouraged to pay attention to this Hermit. You know, and that is that energy of you really taking some downtime. You may have been really busy this year, a lot of changes in your life, go, 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 work, work, work. And you're really being encouraged to look after yourself. Take a step back, take some downtime, and reflect. And it feels like it feels like a good reflection. It feels like a reflection of you really, I mean, you've had some rough readings, Cancer, even a few months ago, and there's just been such a nice surge of positive energy starting to come towards you. So you might find you want to have a little bit of alone time, but it's not sad down alone time. It's feeling fulfilled alone time. You're really being encouraged to embrace this Fool energy. You know, and that's the new starts, the new things that you can do, the how you're going forward, looking at things differently, almost with that, like you've got fresh eyes coming into the new year, that the world is, you know, even if it's a poopy place sometimes, there can be really good things that happen, and just being optimistic and wanting to go forward and have that new start like in a career, in a love, in whatever it is for you. Not embracing this King of Pentacles. So it's not looking at all the details and having to, you know, make sure everybody's okay, and it's letting go of some of that, letting go of some of the responsibility you carry for other people, and taking some time for you and everything that you've done. Your outcome is Four of Pentacles, and it's in the reverse. You know, taking advantage of every opportunity that comes towards you, for your happiness, celebrating yourself, not putting yourself towards the front of the line. You know, particularly if you've got a family and you're looking after family, or you've got a lot of people around you. This is you going, you know what? It's me time. It's time to celebrate you and your accomplishments and what you've done. And if there's things you want and you can afford it, then buy those things for yourself. Okay? Like, don't resist, and don't think you have to justify to anybody. For Monday, you've got this beautiful Ace of Wands energy under that Hermit. And it's that looking forward with happiness and passion, and reflecting on happy things in your life, things that you are passionate about, things that you want to start, new things that you want to do. And under that Fool for Tuesday, you've got the Five of Swords, and it's in reverse. Okay? There's no more conflict for you in this area. There's no more conflict. A new start is coming to you, and you're open. Be open to just flourishing. And underneath the King of Pentacles, you've got the Five of Cups in reverse. No more sadness. No more holdbacks. Realizing, you know, cycles that we've gone through, and sometimes it just seems endless, and it's sad, and it's like, enough already. It's realizing, you know what, enough already. And stepping into that feeling of happiness. And then, there you go, on Thursday, that beautiful Knight of Cups energy. Just that energy of love and happiness and passion, having it all, feeling it move through you. You know, and just taking action and getting things done that you want for you. Let's see what we've got from the Sacred Traveler. So, you know, you might be a little bit reflective this week. Okay, that one came out. You know, you might be thinking about things, but realizing the opportunities you've had, the chances you've taken, particularly in the last year, the changes that have happened, and just being open to embracing it, and just stepping into that feeling of being happy. No more sadness, no more conflict. Rejuvenating rain is what the universe brings to you. Clearing the past heals the present. So anything negative in the past that you can let go of. Let go, and that's such a term. Just let it go. Let it go by thinking about it, learning about it, feeling it, and then realizing, okay, I know what that was about. That's when you can let it go. All right? Have a wonderful week, Cancer, in love, light, and divine truth. Hello, my beautiful Leo tribe. Thank you so much for stopping by. I so appreciate it. Whoa. Let's see what we have going on for you. Our last week of the year, that week of the year where there's times where we may be a little bit more reflective than others, you know, emotions come up, look at the past year, look at what's gone on in your life. So let's see what we have in regards to that for you for this week. What do we have for Leo? What do we have for you, Leo? We have got the Chariot card, the Page of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Three of Swords. Underlying energy is the Six of Wands. Wow. Okay. There's Cancer energy here. There's your energy here. Underlying energy is this Six of Wands. Talking about review. Talking about the path that you've walked. And I want you to take a moment, maybe think about, you know, this last year, last couple of years. And I know I've said it before, it's been tough for a few of the signs, and Leo in particular. It's been, you know, there's been some tough lessons in the past 18 months that have gone on in a lot of Leo's lives. This is such hopeful, beautiful energy, this Six of Wands energy. Finally realizing, you know, finally coming to that place where you not only recognize, but you receive recognition for your growth and the lessons learned, and even what doesn't feel like success for you, looking at it and realizing, you know, you're here, you've made it. Being in this Chariot energy, you're really being asked to embrace it. And the biggest thing I feel coming off of this is that of faith. Faith and hope, but realizing even, you know, there's lots of times our faith is tested and our beliefs are tested, and what we feel, what we believe in, what we do, you know, why are we doing this? Is it ever going to pay off? That sort of thing. It's a card of encouragement to continue to work hard, continue to move forward. If you find that you've gone through little periods where it's like, oh, I just can't anymore, it's that, you know what, keep moving forward. Leo, you're a positive, upbeat, action-oriented sign. You're a fire sign. You're also a fixed sign. Okay? It's kind of a double-edged sword there with the fixed sign thing, because change, and once you make your mind up about something, looking at something differently and changing your mind is tough. This Chariot is here to say to you, you know what? Just have faith. Keep working on what you're working on. Keep going forward. You're really being asked to embrace this Page of Pentacles. Look at the good things that have happened, even in a poopy year. Look at some of the highlights of that year, some of the good things that have happened, new things you have learned, new things you have learned about yourself, about your growth, and really be open to allowing good to come to you, okay, and receiving good, and expecting to receive good, manifesting it, okay. You're being asked not to embrace this King of Wands, which is interesting because it does feel like another person's energy. I know that this is your card, Leo, But you can't ask a Leo not to be a Leo. It just doesn't work that way. But it's feeling like, if you haven't been feeling yourself, if you haven't been truly walking your walk and standing for everything that you want, you know, as Leos, you sometimes get that title of being, you know, extra or too much or a big energy. And yeah, so what? That's what this feels like. If you've been making yourself small, Leo, allow yourself to blossom. The outcome is this Three of Swords. A lot of disappointment, perhaps, in the past 18 months. A lot of sadness in the last 18 months. You know, there could have been loss for you. But when you're looking at this disappointment and you've come into this week with this Chariot energy, it really feels like it's saying, you know, look at the disappointment that you felt. Look at the situations that you've gone through. Look what you've learned. Know that you deserve the recognition that comes to you. You deserve to get to the good part of this journey that we're on. You deserve it. So if you've been in situations that have made you feel small, remove yourself from that. Let go of sadness. Let go of disappointment. You know, a sad Leo is a sad, sad thing. It's not an energy it's not a comfortable, good energy for you to be in. It's a melancholy, sad energy. And you're really being encouraged to realize that what you've done so far, you've done so well. It may have seemed like little tiny victories or not even any victory to you, but maybe take a step back and really look at what the dedication, the faith, the hard work has done and what you have overcome. Monday, you've got the Seven of Wands. You know, really, really standing up for what you believe in and who you are. And with that Page of Pentacles, underneath that Page of Pentacles, it really feels like what you may have learned in this past year and what you really should celebrate is how true you have been to yourself. How you have, and even in the hard times, really found your truth and really figured out some big things about yourself this year. And with this King of Wands, you've got for Wednesday this Pentacles, this Two of Pentacles. You know, those times when I'm up, I'm down, I'm up and down. You know, everything goes around. This Two of Pentacles is a lot of that back and forth and back and forth. And how do you bring balance into your life? What's the way to do it when, you know, if your mood goes up and then it goes back down? Stand in your truth. Be truthful to yourself. Stand in your glory. And with that Three of Swords, you've got the Wheel of Fortune. Lessons are learned. Lessons from the past are learned. They're done. The cycle is closed. And it really feels like it's really time, like in this next year for you, Leo, to really step into a great place. Lessons have been learned. Disappointments have been had. But in this week in reflection, I think it might be a really good idea for you to look at the path you've walked and how truthful you've been with yourself, how you've balanced things in your life, and this beautiful new cycle that you're going to be walking into. And walking into whole with this King of Cups. Being who you truly are. You know, no judgment. Let's see what we have from the universe for you, Leo. First light. Beginning a new cycle. For those of you that it's been tough, oh, thank goodness that's coming to an end. A beautiful new cycle is beginning. So this week, you know what? Really come to that place in your head where you let go of any sadness, any disappointment, any heartache you've been carrying, particularly for the last year or two. Okay, find your peace and let a new cycle begin. Look at that Wheel of Fortune right there for you, Leo. Alrighty, have a great one in love, light, and divine truth. Hello, Virgo, my beautiful Virgo. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Let's take a look at what we have for you. And this last week of the year, that week of the year where, you know, you may sometimes find yourself looking back over the past year, what's gone on in your life. Let's take a look what the situation is for you this week, December 27th to 30th. What have we got? That was too many. What have we got for our beautiful, beautiful Virgo? Okay, well, that's a beautiful way to start. 9 of Cups. We've got the Tower. We've got the Ace of Wands in reverse. And we've got the Page of Wands. Underlying energy, Virgo, is that Lover's card. Well, you know, that underlying energy of that Lover's card, and you've got Cups and Wands here. So talking about passion and emotion and changes that have happened in your life in this area. This is beautiful underlying energy, and you've had it for the last few reads, that connection read going on about committing, about partnership, about the people, the relationships that are so close to you and what they mean to you. You may find yourself this week just in that energy of going, you know, finally, this is what I wanted in regards to whatever your situation is. It feels, you know, it can be something you're really passionate about work-wise, but it can also be a relationship that, you know, that you've rekindled, you've come back to, or that's had a resurgence, or it doesn't feel like it's a brand new, because this Ace of Wands is in reverse. It doesn't feel like this is a brand new situation for you, but it feels like it's a situation that you're looking at, and you're looking at this past year perhaps and realizing the happiness that has come into your life. Not that there haven't been hard times, but there's been happiness and there's been some deep connection. And you're embracing this Tower. You realize what you've had to let go of. And let go of emotionally. What you've, like old thoughts, old ideas, behaviors. You know, the way things, you know, perhaps you did something, or the way you looked at certain situations. And you're not embracing this Ace of Wands. So it's not new, as in you haven't dealt with this before. Okay, this person or this job, whatever your situation is, this is something that's been around you for a while. And this week, you know, as you reflect on what happiness is to you, what joy is to you, what do the connections mean to you, what changes have happened or need to happen, you know, in order for you to go forward and claim this Page of Wands. Just that reciprocal energy with other people, that the good news that comes to you, the ideas that come to you, the creativity, the passion, the love, all of that comes to you. How to be open to it, how to give, how to receive. On Monday, you've got this Chariot card. I know there could be Cancer around you. There's Cancer and Aries, Gemini energy here. But really realizing your happiness has come from the hard work that you've done, and from the faith that you have, that it could be the faith you have in the people around you, the faith you have in yourself, the connection you have to the universe, and the gratitude that you've paid. And that Tower has put you in that energy of King of Pentacles. Okay, that is that strong, dependable, trustworthy. It feels like you're all in this situation, that it is not brand new. It may be a new relationship to you, a new job to you. It's not brand new or coming. It's something you've been involved in, and it's you really feeling committed and knowing that you are doing the right thing. Oh, Wednesday, you've got 10 of Cups. Happiness, joy. You've got 9 of Cups and 10 of Cups, Virgo. Oh, that's so wonderful. Happiness, joy, happy family, happy life. And just realizing that, by perhaps not going in a different direction and sticking with the commitments that you really wanted to make, you've come to this place where you've realized, this is what home is to me. And on Thursday, you've got that 9 of Wands, realizing that, you know what, this road has been tough sometimes. I've traveled down it. There's been some bumps. I may not be all the way to the end of the road and know all the answers, but I sure know that I'm happy here where I'm at. What a nice week for you. So a week just to reflect on your happiness, the joy that you've brought others, that others have brought to you, the changes that have been made, and most of all, the work that you've put in, and the stability, the stabilizing force that you've been, particularly in the home front, with those relationships. And things may not, I'm sorry I keep saying I just keep hearing myself saying that. Things may not be, completely finished and wrapped up, but they're sure going in the right direction, and they almost are. We have got begin now, take your first step. Take your first step to this new place of joy. Not that it's not that you're not joyful, but just really being proud. Being proud and just letting all of that happiness out and sharing it. All right, Virgo? Have a wonderful week in love, light, and divine truth. Hello, my beautiful Libras, and welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. I so appreciate it. Let's take a look what's going on for you for this last week of December. Situation we'll look at is just where you're at this week. Where you're at this week, what's going on for you in this last week of the year. Okay, starting with the 3 of Wands, the 7 of Cups, the King of Swords, and the 8 of Wands. Underlying energy, this 5 of Swords. Alrighty, these readings have kind of been going sort of the week, the year in review, looking at how things were in this past year. And this 5 of Swords is your underlying energy. And that 5 of Swords is, what is it that's happened in this past year that you've really had to stand up and fight for? You've really had to, and fight doesn't have to mean like, scream, yell, fight. But what have you really had to go the extra mile to get? And realizing that, you're not in that energy anymore. You're not in that energy anymore. Really standing in that energy of this 3 of Wands. Realizing when you want something, you know how to plan for it. You know how to manifest it. You're so smart, and you're always thinking. And there is the energy of, a lot of thinking going on here. But this week, it's realizing the plans you want to make, how you want to do them, what steps you want to take going forward. You're really being encouraged to really go with this Seven of Cups. Realize your potential. Realize your options. Realize what it is you can have and how you can get it. There's very much this feeling of, okay, for this year coming up, there's a few things I want to do. I want to either get this, it can be a degree, a different training in something that you want to learn. I want to manifest this in my relationships. You know, it's putting away conflict, and it's making a solid plan and realizing there's a number of different things you can do, and you're going to do it. Not embracing the King of Swords. It's not so much that you have to stand up and state it to other people. You know, this is something within you where you are really going to think about what is best for you, what you want, how you maybe handled situations in the past in regards to what you wanted or how you wanted to get something, and how you're going to do it now. And if there's been holdback or things maybe felt stagnant, and this feels more career-wise, this does not feel love-wise. This feels in opportunity or learning or career. There's going to be a lot of movement that starts to happen for you. So it's sort of a reading of, okay, get prepared, because things that you've been wanting, there's going to be a surge of these things, and it may be overwhelming. There'll be a lot coming towards you. And I'm not saying within this week in particular, but within this next little while, you're starting to see the options. On Monday, look at that. You've got that beautiful Leo card of happiness, hope, joy, that Sun card, abundance, everything coming towards you. And under that Three of Swords, it's realizing, you know, this is what will make me happy. Doing these things this way is what is really going to make me happy. And just having that realization. And under the Seven of Cups, you've got the Nine of Wands. Knowing you're walking along that path, knowing the path that you want to take, particularly, again, like if it's schooling, projects, work, that sort of thing. Realizing that you're not all the way there yet, but you know how you want to get there. And you do have options on how you're going to get there. And you're so smart, you're going to figure out the best way for you to get there without any conflict around you. Under the King of Swords, you've got the Four of Swords in reverse. Okay, so it's not time, it's time to go. Okay, it's time to make plans and take action and really seriously think about what you want to do next, particularly regards to career projects, what you want to get done. Okay, it's not downtime. It's time to make plans, make things happen, get things moving. And Thursday, there's that beautiful Sagittarian, Aries, Leo energy of the Queen of Wands. That is you stepping into all of you. Just the warmth, the enthusiasm, the energy, the happiness, the just wanting to share and be, and coming to that place where you're going after everything you want with happiness and love and an open heart. Okay, great review week. You know, really thinking about what you want, realizing your options. If things have been, you know, held back a little bit, things will get moving. Get moving. You're going to step into your happiness and be prepared to be busy, but that is going to ignite you and push you even further. Okay? No more conflict, Libra. No more conflict. Make yourself happy. Allow yourself to be happy. What have we got for you? We have got in the flow. Alrighty. Libra, Libra, Libra. Smooth sailing, my friends. Time for some smooth sailing. If there's been bumps along the way, prepare yourself. Get ready to move forward and just go for everything that you want. All right? Take care in love, light, and divine truth. Hello, my beautiful Scorpios, and welcome in, my friends. Thank you so much for stopping by. Let's take a look at this week, this last week of the year for you. Sort of the week where we sometimes have that tendency to do a review of what's gone on in the past year or so and the changes. Let's see what your situation is. You know, the changes, the growth, the things we've learned, things we've done. What have we got for you, Scorpio? We have got the Three of Wands, the Hierophant in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Fool. Underlying energy is Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so there's some Capricorn, there's some Virgo, you're here, Aquarius is here. Okay, so different energy, a different meld of energy around you this week possibly. And with this Queen of Pentacles, it's feeling very much like this is a week where no matter what's gone on in your life and the things you deal with, and we all deal with so many different things at so many different levels, you have the ability this week to be really pleased with you. Okay, pleased with what you've created, the home you've created, you know, how you're creating or have created your business, how you are in control of where you're at in your life. You'll be maybe in this energy, find yourself in this energy of really looking at, you know, what is it for the next year? What are my plans for the next year? What do I want to look after? What do I want to do? What do I want to manifest? You may have started some things this year and they're not quite complete, but you have an idea of how you can push them further in the next little while. Not embracing this Hierophant. So realizing that, you know, you're very, Scorpio, you can be very traditional in some of your values and your tendencies. And this is a little invitation to step outside your comfort zone and do things a little bit differently. Look at how you can do things differently. If you've never done something and it feels like you've got ideas about what you'd like to do, but you've never pursued something like what could be in front of you, and it's asking you and encouraging you to really step outside of your comfort zone. Okay, that's what you need to encourage this week. Step up of your comfort zone. Look at things differently. And this Wheel of Fortune is here. And it's not in an area of embracing, because I think you realize, and it feels like you realize, you know, life is always evolving, always learning. You know, just when you think you're done with something, something else pops up. And, you know, the cycle just keeps going. The wheel just keeps on turning. So you're not looking at, okay, what can I get done? What can I complete? It feels more like, what can I start? What's next for me? What can I do? And then your outcome is that Fool saying to you, you know what? Look at things brand new, particularly in this year that's coming up. Look at things brand new that you could do outside of your comfort zone. Things that you've maybe always wanted to do but haven't done yet. There's very much that energy of really wanting, as much as you like to be in control and know where everything is going, being open to maybe stepping outside of that a little bit and starting new things. For Monday, you've got this Three of Swords, realizing that things in the past that have disappointed you, hurt you, or even if you've said to yourself, you know what, nope, I'm never going to do that again. The last time I tried that, it hurt me in regards to relationships or people. It can be, you know what, look at that with the Three of Wands. I'm going to manifest exactly what I want, and realizing that you can. No more disappointment. Seven of Wands under that Hierophant. Walk in a different road and knowing, taking a different path or doing things a different way. As much as it may test you sometimes, or scare you to do that, you're being encouraged to do exactly that. And under that wheel of fortune, okay, knowing that this cycle is not complete, that there's so much more for you to learn. It's realizing that, there may be competition around you. There may be, and competition in the matter of, if you're wanting to start something new, it may not be, this brand new, greatest, newest thing in the whole world. It may be something other people are doing, and it may make you want to hold back a little bit to do it because others are doing it and you want to be really good at it and other people have done it for a long time, is what it feels like for a few of you maybe. But there's something here that you're being asked to look at that will make you really happy and to do things in a completely different way. And don't let the fear of other people's judgment, competition, or words hold you back from doing it. And it ends with this Lovers. And this Lovers does not have to be two people. It feels like this is the commitment you make to yourself to take a new start, doing exactly what you want to do. And if you've never colored outside of the lines, Scorpio, color outside of the lines. Okay? Make the commitment to do whatever you want and not worry about anybody else's judgment. All right, let's see what we have from the Sacred Traveler. What does a Sacred Traveler have as a little tidbit, little nugget for our Scorpios? Reaching your destination. Your light is shining brightly. Let that light shine. If there's something you want to do, you're there. You're there and you're ready. You're ready. You've reached that destination. And that destination here is knowing you're ready for wonderful new starts in your life, doing things differently. Your light is shining brightly. Take advantage of that. Share that brightness with others. All right, Scorpio, have a great one in love, light, and divine truth. Hello, my beautiful Sagittarius. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. We'll take a look at this last week of the year, December 27th to the 30th. Take a look what your situation is. Sort of this week, that was too many. This week in review and how that affects you, how this last week will affect you, what's going on around you. What do we have for Sagittarius? We've got the Three of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, and underlying energy is this beautiful High Priestess. So this last week of the year, here comes this High Priestess. She's that underlying energy. You have Sagittarius this week where you're really looking at things. And we have a tendency to do that the last week of the year, sort of, review. So let's look at that. What are you reviewing this last week of the year? What are you thinking about? This High Priestess says, Sagittarius, take some time to think about, what you want to work on, the relationships that are around you, what your truth is. Ask yourself those questions. The High Priestess is there to encourage you to go within and to really let you know that the answers are all inside. And we've all heard that phrase, the answers are within, but they truly are if you take the time to really, pray, meditate, take some downtime. You find that you can sort of wade through the situations that are around you and really come to what the truth is. Find things out, what's right for you. Okay, you've got this Three of Pentacles and standing in that energy. You're a social is in friendly and warm sign. And it's looking at, the people that are around you, the people that you interact with, on a daily, weekly basis, the ones that you talk to. It's that group that's around you. And it's really it feels like a heavy, but not bad, a heavy, really thinking about, who is around me, who do I deal with, what do I want to do, and what do I want to work on in these relationships. You're really being asked to really embrace this Queen of Swords. She gives you, she, doesn't matter, just energy, gives you that confidence to really state your truth and state what you want and what you need. And it's not putting yourself in that situation of not saying what you want because you don't want to hurt someone else's feelings or you don't know how they'll take it. It's having the courage to really stand in your truth and ask for what you want. And you're really looking at the people and the situations around you. Then this Karma card comes up. But in this case, it's saying to you, you are generous, loving, and giving. And you are that way by nature, Sagittarius. You are a nurturer by nature. But you also are a lot of fun. And is it giving so much? And have you been giving so much? And not being in the position where you are either open to receive or are receiving enough. And it almost feels like talking to the people that are around you, and if there's something you need, whether it's their time, it's help financially, it's a deeper emotional connection, it's having those conversations with them and asking for what you need rather than just always being the one to give. And the outcome is this Two of Cups, that beautiful love and connection, that soulmate card. So it does not have to be a lover. It can be a child, a parent, a best friend, a sibling. But it's the relationships that are around you and their importance to you this week. On Monday, clarity of the situation, of what you want, what you need, if there's something you need, what it is, and realizing what it is. Tuesday brings you the King of Cups in reverse. Okay, now with that King of Cups reverse, it's saying to you, Sagittarius, you're smart, but you hold back maybe a little bit. You hold those feelings back and you're very good at always smiling, always putting on a happy face, always being upbeat and optimistic. It takes a lot to bring you down, but be aware of what does, okay? And speak your truth about what that is. And with the Six of Pentacles, you've got the Tower in reverse, realizing that, if you ask for what you want, it's not going to upset, the apple cart, whatever the phrase. Oh, sorry, Janice's ornament. It's not going to upset it. It's not going to stir up too much. It's something that should be done. Okay? If you've been dragging your heels on saying something to somebody who's close to you, this is pushing you to say, come on, do it. And the outcome is this Knight of Pentacles, that really stable, calm energy that comes around you, that you know that, okay, things can move and they can move forward in a really good direction. You know, and it won't be quick overnight change, but it's having the hope that when you speak your truth and knowing in your heart when you speak your truth and you truly want some change with the love that is around you, that you can have it and you will get it. All right, let's see what we have from the Sacred Traveler. We have got surrendering to the journey, release control. You know, and for you, Sagittarius, releasing control can be, you know what, not always putting on that happy face, not always being the fixer, not always being the upbeat one, being the one this week that really speaks his or her truth in exactly what you need in a situation that you're not getting what you need, if that is your situation. All right, Sagittarius, have a wonderful week in love, light, and divine truth.